Black women are more supportive than white women.
That's
they
true.
will stand by you
That's
to a lot of
true.
shit.
They're just more supportive in general. Cosby's wife is still there.
You know, if I was to say that I thought that black women were very supportive, nurturing, beautiful.
They're all of that.
If I thought black women was the best thing since sliced bread, and that was my preference, I would get called a simp.
Oh, you
right?
wouldn't. Now, the sliced bread to get you there. Yeah, sliced bread, you're simping there. But you ain't a simp. You ain't simp yet for all of that. Well, that ain't simping, fam.
But these Caucasian gentlemen have positive things to say about black women. Are they simps too? Which one?
Well, you think that it's positive, but black women don't even think it's positive. And I don't think it's positive either because it's almost like what a content creator that they might not want to hear would say about them dating, a Pookie or something. If saying that their idea of being supportive is sticking with your man when he commits a crime, then that's not a good thing. And they didn't even think so.
Holds more weight? How we see ourselves or how other people see us?
Now, let me answer that question because this is a tricky one. The answer to the question is what holds more weight is how we see ourselves until someone says the wrong thing about us. Then you find out how unified we really are. I just did a video where the white girl did the black woman appreciation post. And black women was in that comment section saying thanks but no thanks, mind your business, pretty much. When Mitt Romney was running for president, he said, and I quote, "It's too many black people on welfare. They did everything but make that man the grand master of the Klan." They called him every racist name they could possibly call him. And all he was doing was just saying a fact, right? So they can't say, they can't disrespect us. This is where we do have a responsibility to ourselves because there's a lot of stuff that would never get said to us if we don't say it to each other. They can't get out of line. Like, this is what you got to understand about us. We say whatever we want about each other, but we going to all be at the barbecue. You know the barbecue. We going to all be at the barbecue together. Now, let one of these honorary white people that done got a pass to the barbecue say the wrong thing at the barbecue. Okay? You're going to see. So continue.
Does what the black men say about black women hold more weight than what these white men say about black women?
First of all, they're not saying nothing that we know this. They're not saying anything that we wouldn't agree with as black men. Women know it. Ain't nobody said that they not loyal. They're loyal to a fault, and they know that. That's what women in that comment section was saying. Half of them was saying it ain't a compliment. The other half was saying it's a gift for the curse. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't never said nothing like that.
If black men say that black women are unattractive, but white men say that black women are the most beautiful women in the world, who's right, who's wrong?
Gotcha. I'm gonna tell you why we're right. And we ain't said that. But this is what they try to do with beauty standards. All the supermodels, all of this, that. You can't tell me that some of these people that they say is the most beautiful women in the world look better than a black woman that I know. Nah. So this is what they're already trying to do. And we already had to be like, nah, that ain't beauty. So we ain't said black women is ugly. And they ain't said that they fine. We saying they fine. And we don't do that. Don't do that. Because they've already tried to do that to us. And we've already had to be like, well, no.
Out of opinion, right? But I'm just saying, for me, if I was to do exactly what these white men did, and I was to say positive things about black women,
they would tell you that it's not a compliment like they told him.
I would be considered a name. Not by any men outside my so-called community. I would be considered a name by men that, quote, look like me. I'm not
Meanwhile, women was in the comment section, damn near dragging them for saying it.
supposed to say those things because I would be white knighting, or I would be, oh God forbid, Derek Jackson.
First of all, those things are true that they said. And I'm not white knighting or doing any of that stuff. It's just true. You wouldn't be simping for saying that. I'm not simping for saying what they're saying. It's true. Derek Jackson could have been the biggest content creator in the space, but he wanted to remain Derek Jackson. He never stepped out of character. He wrote a book called A Cheating Man's Heart and then got caught cheating and never wanted to face the world with reality. When he did that third person video as Derek Jackson explaining Derek, it should have been the other way around. And it would have been the greatest video he ever dropped. It should have been Derek talking about Derek Jackson. Big difference. It would have been a big difference because that would have been accountability. That other stuff he was doing it wasn't. So, and he's actually a great content creator. He just be lying. Some of the time, like 45% of the time, he be lying. And he does the same thing too in his family. So, you wouldn't be like Derek.
So it's interesting things like this boggle my mind of like, yo, wait a minute. Over here, black men are saying this, and then I hear white men saying this. Who do I believe?
You believe us because we're the only ones that can say everything. I can agree with what they said. It's true. And I can say what they can't say. One of the first people that I could ever think of to get canceled, correct me, somebody please, is Don Imus. He said nappy head hoes and lost his job. Black comedian, because Steve Harvey could have said that. Steve Harvey could have got on his morning show and said that same thing. Don Imus got canceled for it. So you got to believe us, believe everything we say, because we gonna agree. You know what I'm saying?
Or do I go off my own personal experience?
Do that too.
But what I want to know from you in the comment section, whose opinion matters more?
Ours.
The men in the group or the men on the outside in this scenario?
You just answered the question for yourself. They're outside. In that same video I did, it was a post about how a white guy said black women dumb down their blackness for him. So he's on the outside. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, the women get to define who they are on their own. And at the end of the day, neither men's opinion matters. The only thing that matters is what the women think about themselves.
Whoa. That's dangerous content right there. That is the only thing that matters is the women's opinion of themselves because they're going to meet us. So how our opinion don't matter. They can't just come and tell us what they are and we don't agree, because then it's going to be a standoff and it's going to be uncomfortable and there's going to be videos made. Don't do that one. That's dangerous content right there, sir.
I'm only talking about for the sake of conversation, based on optics. Does it matter the way the men in your group see you or other people? That's the question on the board, because these white men are being brutally honest about what they think about black women. And
they're being brutally honest what they think about black men, to be honest. And women picked up on it.
Black men disagree.
Black men are disagreeing with this caption right here, that black men are upset, because I went through the comment section and the people that was upset was the black women. So please don't misrepresent us. Please. Real TV, man.